What do you mean?
Yeah. That's what I need.
I know, you think you have to see what it's on. Okay, let me know, because we can get started with the cheat stuff.
Well, those diamonds will pop up just like they ever left.
Hey, Tim,
What's up?
how does it feel to have such a great day today?
Super duper.
For those of you who do not know, Tim had a closing today. So, yay.
Congratulations, Tim.
Nice.
Thank you. I can't see anybody. Is anyone in there with you, Madison?
It's just me. Just talking to myself.
There you are.
Oh, yeah, you can't see. Everyone's in the back.
All hiding in the back.
Yeah. All right, let's get started. It doesn't appear that Joe is on yet, so we're gonna go ahead and start with some housekeeping items, and we will switch over to him whenever he jumps on. First things first, let's talk about upcoming listings. Anyone have any upcoming listings? I know that there's a lot. Tim, I know you have too.
I have 2 under contract, but William's got one to share.
William's not here.
William's not here, so can you share?
No, I'm right here.
He's with me. We're driving back from our closing.
Oh, gotcha. William, tell us about your listing.
So I'm driving, so you gotta be careful. It's 6 bedroom, 4 bath in Parker. We're gonna go live next week. It's in a non-HOA community. It's a ranch home, finished basement. We're gonna list at $415,000.
Awesome. Great job, William. How'd you get that listing?
How'd you get it?
I went up and I knocked on their door and said, "Let me list your house." They said, "Okay."
Imagine that.
No, honestly, actually, this house, this listing, was my very first closing 6 years ago.
Wow. So, stay in touch. Hey, Tim, how'd you get your 2 listings?
One was from my Sphere family home, and the other one was FISBO that I had worked for about a month. And he said, "You sound like you know what you're doing. I'll give you a shot."
Imagine that.
Yeah, we got him over list at his price, so that it worked out well. He couldn't be happier.
Great job, Tim. Anyone
Thanks.
else have upcoming listings? Awesome. Okay, let's jump in. I see that Joe, are you on?
No, that's Sean.
Oh, Sean is on? Okay. Let's can we check it
Can you check?
Victoria's email to see, make sure he's not like trying to get a hold of us and figure out how to get on?
Yeah.
I don't wanna go through the whole meeting and then be like, well,
Where'd she go? She disappeared up to the screen.
Yes.
what we learned is when Victoria's out sick, the whole world crashes. Okay, do you want to give a quick broker update on Hit Pocket?
So there's Damien, our company attorney, is working on a disclosure. I've got the draft of it on my desk. Will be a required addendum to add to your listing contract if your seller doesn't want to go into the MLS right away and wants to allow you to talk to a listing office.
Microphone off.
Tim, you, okay, hey, yeah.
You muted. But you want to allow, the sellers want to allow you as their listing agent to give information to the brokers within your office about their listing and potentially bring them an offer before it goes to the full MLS. So it goes through the different, like warnings that you may not get, it's written by an attorney, so go figure. you may not get the full market value by not opening up to the full marketplace, yada, yada, yada. So it's a 2-page thing, and not a shock. And as soon as he's finished with the draft copy of it, he sent it out to a bunch of employing brokers to review. So that should be popping out here very shortly. So once you begin marketing to the public with coming soon and whatnot, then you've got to put it into the MLS. But so
How long of a period between when you,
that's what that addendum,
indefinite?
well, you wouldn't want it to be.
No.
But it's kind of going against the clear cooperation policy. And this is a way to, because of what everybody is doing anyway, is a way to protect you as a broker and us as a brokerage. So when it doesn't say draft across it anymore, I'll send it out to you guys on a Friday email, or it could come out before then, so you've got it ready to use.
So keep your eye out for that. It's basically our way of sharing listings within our office and making sure that we are clearly covered with our clients. We do not want to get into any trouble. So keep your eye out for that. We will make sure that it is loud, proud, and obnoxiously available. So whenever you can use it, we will.
The other updates that he just sent was for the Homeward, the Colorado addendums for Homeward. Did I say that right?
Colorado addendums for Homeward?
Yeah, Homeward. It's Homeward, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that was wrong all of a sudden. So we've got Colorado-based addendums for that as well. So if they want Homeward to come in and purchase their home, and then they go out just like a cash buyer would to purchase their home, we have the Colorado addendums written for that. We don't do dual agency here, and that's how the original ones were written. The other thing is Keller offers. So Colorado has Keller offers available, and he sent those documents out as well. I think he's putting in a couple more changes, getting those approved, and those should be coming out too within the next, I would imagine, just few days. So a lot of different changes, some new addendums coming up to protect you, protect your buyer, because we don't want anybody getting drug into lawsuits or anything. So
Is that one sharing with the office, just the office, or nationwide Keller Williams?
Keller offers.
Yeah, no, the one that, the new one that's coming out.
The office, office exclusive addendum,
Yes.
that's just for the companies that Damien represents. So our
Oh.
office is one of them.
Just, oh, yeah, okay, so just local.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions about that? Okay, awesome. Jamie, do you want to give a quick update on our Red Day?
Oh, sure. So I just wanted to thank everybody for participating, for the donations. We had like $2,000 in cash come in from Venmo and from the agents in our office and their database that we spent on gift cards to King Soopers, and then playground equipment, more food, and then all the donations of food that came in that people picked up or donated themselves. And so it was really successful. We had a great turnout. As far as agents on Red Day, they were overwhelmed with everything that was dropped off at the school. And so I just want to thank everybody for participating.
And we want to thank you so much for your hard work. It was such a great day. If everyone can do the office a favor, go on Facebook, grab some pictures, share them, talk about what Red Day is. Red Day is a huge part of our culture at KW, and it's really hard to get the word out, especially in a COVID world. So please take the opportunity to take those pictures, share them on Facebook, share them on your social media, and talk about what Red Day is, because we want others to participate and be a part of that. And it's one of the reasons why so many people come to KW is because of our culture, because of Red Day. So thank you so much for your hard work. We really appreciate it. It was awesome. And I dropped off a bunch of balls to the field, and she was like, oh my gosh, they're going to be so excited. We're saving them for the new year. So they're going to be super excited with all of that. So thank you all. And then Scott, do you want to give a quick update on the showing agent program, how that went, how to access, that type of thing?
Yes, so last week I kind of gave an overview of it. For anyone who missed that, we had our inaugural class of the showing assistant training. We had several of you that were in it or here, so thank you guys for attending. The idea of the program is to have a list of showing assistants ready in the office that have been trained. So if you have a need to have some help showing houses to a buyer of yours or something along those lines, you've got a bullpen of agents that you can contact and arrange for them to help you out. We've got everyone's contact information that's been certified. We're in the process. Hopefully we'll have it up on the Facebook page here very shortly. And once it's there, if you have a need, we'll have instructions on how to reach out to them on there. Always feel free to reach out to Jamie or I with any questions, or Debbie, and we'll be able to explain it through. You're also able to utilize that for other things too. If perhaps you need someone to sit in on an inspection for you or other things, you know, those they're available too. Not quite as trained on that part of it, being that's a little more of a unique type of thing. But we hope it really is beneficial to the office. As we have needs for more agents that want to get trained, we'll have more classes. We're hoping to have them maybe every other month or quarterly, something along those lines. So anyone have any questions about it? Okay, great.
The biggest, most often asked question that I've heard is, do you have to have a real estate license to be able to do that?
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
You do need to be licensed and a part of our office to participate in the program on either side. So if you're not there yet, keep working at that, and we'll get you in the program when that time comes.
So this is definitely a value add to our office. It's a value add for our agents that have a bunch of buyers and that need leverage. Is also a value add for our new agents and our new agent program. So please make sure that we keep that in mind, that we are continuing to provide value for our office, and that's the whole point of it. So thank you so much for doing that. Katie had an update. Y'all mastermind about listings for a second while I go check on her and make sure that.
Yeah.
Who's working on getting listings and how are you doing it? Awesome.
Come on.
That's great, guys. Tim, tell us how you're getting listings. Were you able to?
I gotta cross-check the link. And he only has an email, he doesn't have a phone number, so I can't call him.
Oh, there's only unless anyone else has a phone number, there's not one on his email.
There's not a phone number on his email, so.
I don't have a phone number either. So, sorry guys. We're gonna pivot. I've got something to go over.
Special Forces, what are you doing to get listings this week? What'd you just do this morning? What did we go over?
Doing your calls and doing with the letters, so many letters a day. And then a different letter for the texts.
So how many are you doing?
Talking to 30 a day.
Talking to 30 people a day. What's the script? It's easy. What is it?
How you doing? What can I do to help? Is there anybody you know that needs help or needs a job or anything?
Forwarding them just a little bit different way, right?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about this. I gave this to some of y'all, so since I wasn't planning on teaching anything today, we're winging it. Awesome. Okay, so I got this. There is a team out of, and I'm happy to send this to anyone that wants it. There is a team out of Palm Springs that is focusing on they're defining moments within a transaction, and that's what they're calling it. They're saying, okay, we realize that what are the things that we can do as agents that other companies like these discount brokerages cannot provide, right? So he put together this sheet, which I am happy to pass out, of 9 defining moments within a transaction. And he does something significant for each of those defining moments to add value and to remind them of why they're different. So let's go over them. And then we'll brainstorm each one. This is probably more fun than scripts anyways.
Got it.
Although we should all be scripting. Did we figure it out? No? Okay. First defining moment. The first introduction. God, these. Sorry, guys. We're just winning today. This is a powerful one. So what he does is he does a branded pre-engagement package with a welcome letter introducing the agent. So he does welcome letter.
We can all get a copy of that sheet.
Oh yeah. Number 2, the first appointment. He does, I know these are not the greatest markers, so you can't really see them. Is that better?
Yeah.
He gives a book at the first appointment. And what he gives is either the one thing or the Ritz-Carlton Gold Standard and a bookmark for that book that is the mission statement of their company. So and what he says with this, he writes a handwritten letter with everything. And he says, once you have read a book you care about, some part of it is always with you. The Brandy Stahl Real Estate Group was founded on the principles of Ritz-Carlton Gold Standard, and now we are proud to share this book with you. So what an awesome thing, just creating value, something that they'll remember, a little bookmark, easy, right? Number 3. Signing of the listing agreement. You could take this and do buyer's agreement too. And what he gives is a cross pin, and it says, a significant signature deserves a memorable pin. The Brady Sandal Real Estate Group would like to present you this cross pin in anticipation of the acceptance of the offer you will sign when we bring you the perfect buyer. So, pretty cool, right? Thoughts on that one?
Does he like, is that inscribed on the pen that he gives?
Nope. So he does a little gift, and then I believe the pin says his name on it, but he does a little message or note with it, and the message is written out here as well. So he has like some sort of clever saying with everything too. So number 4, the photo shoot. And he gives a Ritz-Carlton candle. And he says, thank you for choosing Brady Sandal Real Estate Group at Keller Williams to represent you on your property. While we look for your buyer, please enjoy this scented candle. We will do our very best to find the buyer before the wick burns out. Warm regards from the team. And this is not to be like, please don't all go out and buy all of these things tomorrow and expect that this, but these are just supposed to be ideas of ways that you can be creative in creating significance throughout the whole transaction. So number 5, launching the listing in the MLS. And what he does is he does an edible treat, and he says, congratulations on the launch of your property listing. The Brady Sandal Real Estate Group is excited to soar to new heights to find you the perfect buyer. feel like you could get more creative on that one, honestly. I'm more creative. Number 6. I'm just gonna start reading them because these markers don't work. Anyways, or do you want me to keep writing them out?
Do you want me to go find you another one?
Okay, number 6, the broker preview, virtual caravan. So he does flowers. So thank you for allowing, so you can do this maybe on the day that you start showings. You give them flowers. Thank you for allowing the Brady Sandow Real Estate Group to showcase your home with our ladies and gentlemen in the local real estate industry. Take a moment to smell the flowers while we grow and produce the perfect buyer. Clever, right?
That's kind of cute.
And that's cool because I like the flowers on the day that showings start because giving them fresh flowers, their house feels good. They get to come home to them at the end of the day. Number 7, the Open of Escrow. So he gives a bottle of wine or champagne. Make sure that you don't give it to someone that you know doesn't drink. So you have to be very careful about that these days. Maybe some Topo Chico. Congratulations on your acceptance of offer. The finish.
I had filled out my application and all that, and then Bianca filled out the paper application, and I sent it in an email because that's the only way I need to get it. Got it.
Hey, Josh. You.
Oh, Josh,
There he is. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
we're gonna mute. Okay. Congratulations on your acceptance of an offer. The finish line is near, so allow the Brady Sandow Real Estate Group to prepare you for the approaching celebration. Number 8, removal of contingencies. Gift basket or gourmet cheeses. And time to get the message says, time to get this party started. The Brady Sandow Real Estate Group joins you in celebration of your removal of contingencies. Now would be the perfect time to break out that bottle and pair it with this selection of gourmet cheeses. And then the fond farewell. So they do a property photo puzzle or pet photo puzzle or a blanket from Shutterfly or VistaPrint. And the message says, goodbyes are not forever and goodbyes are not the end. They simply mean the Brady Sandow Real Estate Group will miss you until we meet again. So what are y'all's thoughts about doing the little gifts throughout the process? Like it?
I like the anchors, because even if something breaks down, they're gonna remember that anchor.
Exactly.
Like which one?
The anchor points, like each bullet point, like they're gonna remember what you did up until that point, even if something else happens outside of their control.
It's celebrating them through the process. It's celebrating the milestones, not the end goal. So
You have to reschedule.
You start over if somebody goes out of contract after 4 steps.
Oh yeah, I guess you could. I was like, I thought you were telling me to go over that list. I'm like, I don't think they want
Can
to
you
hear
start
it.
it? No, I do want to go back and I heard something about edibles and soaring.
Yeah.
What would it, so what?
Right.
What are you talking
Edibles.
about?
We're giving a different kind of edibles in Colorado.
Oh, gotcha.
Bad idea.
All
We're
right.
not being recorded.
Depends on
It is
the
being
spot, I
recorded.
guess.
Oh, no.
So thoughts? Do you think that would help you get more listings?
Yes.
Do you think that would help you create a buzz because right now we are having to go over and beyond to take listings are hard to find but easy to close, right? That's what everyone's been saying right now. They're hard to find, easy to close. But we need to make sure that we are not just letting those go, that we are treating it as a transaction and not just letting it do its thing. Because it's so easy to do that. Let's leverage those listings for more listings. Y'all are quiet today.
Well,
Anything
there's a
else?
lot of people out there who, because it's so easy, they're thinking, well, why do I even need an agent? I can just sell it myself. You got to create that value that shows them why it's important to use an agent. Having those sticking points would really be helpful.
Right, and those sticking points remind them on each single thing, the things that you're doing for them.
Yes.
Because it's so easy to be like, oh yeah, listing, it was easy, because in their mind it is easy, but they're not realizing all the steps that we're taking to make sure that we're getting their offer accepted.
He had an emergency,
Oh, okay.
an emergency pop-up.
Well,
His apologies. He would love to reschedule.
okay, he will reschedule. Anything else? I was gonna talk about listings. Do you wanna talk about scripts? Tim, what scripts are you using?
Hi, this is Tim Keller Williams.
Hey, Tim.
No, really, like, you guys should practice scripts to get your foot in the door on some of these cold calls if that's what you're doing. Because if you don't, you're like, hi, you want to sell your house? No, okay, thanks for your time. And
That doesn't work?
Yeah, that hasn't got me very far. It's okay to fall on your face, but something I've been doing with for sale by owners that I've been working on is get them talking about their house to start. Like, hey, I'm calling about the house for sale off Pine Street. Is it still available? And once you get the conversation going and then them talking about the house, it's a little more natural. And then you can add your value proposition into it. And I don't believe in the, well, I might have a buyer for it if I don't, or I know there's probably some buyer in here, but I'm not going to get their hopes up by saying, oh yeah, I got a buyer, can I come see it, and then not show up with somebody. So I think that would break trust right away. And trust in your word is all you have at the end of the day. But yeah, get them talking about their property and why they're proud of it and why they want to sell, and try to find that motivation of what they're selling for. Is it to upgrade? Is it to downsize? Is it job change? Is it just to cash in on the market? And then fortunately now I have a story of how I helped a for sale by owner and got him way more money than he could get on his own, even after he was on the market for 30 days with no activity. So
What a
really
great
helps.
story, and what a great story in this market too.
Well, and so that's what we did because we script practice and role play. So our script practice and role play, knowing we're doing for sale by owner calls again, we changed our script to start to include that story. So we practice it at least 5 or 6 times, and changing that script to tell the story as well. But it still goes back to, you want to earn their trust, but you want to get them talking. And so we call it 3 levels, 3 questions. You always ask 3 questions not related to scheduling an appointment. Find their motivation. What is it that they're wanting to do? And to just keep trying to ask that as well. Find those 3 questions to ask before you ask for the close. Ask for the appointment.
And don't get discouraged because most of the time you're not gonna set an appointment that first call or that second or even third. It might take 5 times. But the guy I finally got to close and list, it was a solid month of weekly calls, emails back and forth. Staying in touch. Think of every conversation you have as a job interview with that person, and they are testing you to see if your follow through is what you say it's going to be. So if none of mine except one have set an appointment at the first call. So don't get discouraged. Like, if you have a good conversation with them and you can nurture it along and still get permission to follow up later in the week or after the weekend, and they've had a weekend of pain where they didn't get any offers on their house, that's an opportunity for you to show your value to them and end up closing the deal for them and getting them the most money possible.
Tim, are you opening with I'm an agent, or are you like, hey, tell me about your house, and then, by the way?
Typically, no. I do let it out pretty soon. I say, hey, this is I'm calling about the property up, Stout Street. Is that still available? Yeah, it's still available. Oh, awesome. That's great. My name's Tim. I am a realtor with Keller Williams. Your house caught my eye. I look on the MLS and off the MLS for properties all the time. Can you tell me a little bit about the neighborhood? Or this is my secret. So have at it. I find something that's not on the pictures or not on the MLS, and then ask about that. Because often they're like, well, everything's on there. You could read it. It has 3 bedrooms, you big stupid dummy.
Right.
Read the
They're
description.
like, why are you calling me like everybody else?
Right.
Like, I'm actually calling because I noticed that.
Is that granite or vinyl?
Right. And
Or
does
if I do
that
have a
door lead
buyer.
to outside, or is that door lead somewhere else?
Right. So if there's no photos of the backyard, I'll say, hey, one time I did have a buyer for a particular area and they had dogs. So I said, hey, is the backyard have a privacy fence or is it split rail? And once you start talking, it becomes a little more natural to connect with them and then finding that motivation and then throwing your value proposition in there.
But you can take that process, and that goes with any conversation with anybody. A for sale by owner, an expired, someone you meet at an open house, someone in your sphere. It's all about showing interest in them. And be genuine. Yeah.
Anyone else script? Anyone else script for anything?
What's the plan if you don't sell? What's your backup plan if the property doesn't sell? It usually causes that to happen.
So there's a lot of people who have a riff against scripts, right? Have y'all heard this? Oh, I don't want to sound scripted. I don't want to sound like people can sniff out a script from a mile away. Is that right? We use scripts in every single area of our life, every single day. What do you do whenever you walk into a place and go grocery shopping? Or, and you're going to buy a new outfit, and they say, hey, can I help you find anything? What does everyone say?
Nothing.
Just looking.
No, I'm just looking. How many times are you actually going, especially men, how many times are you going in with an event that night that you're getting something going
Like in 2 hours.
right? So
I've done that. I bought pants on the way to closing before.
right? So one thing, my cousin actually works in sales for a men's warehouse, and he said, "Yeah, we're trained in scripts too." I said, "Okay, what are your scripts?" He says, "Every single guy that comes into the office or comes into the store, we ask, hey, can we help you with anything?' We get to the first no because we're scripted to say no first. Oh no, I'm just looking." He said, "Our next question is, oh, well, what event do you have tonight?" Because
Been asking that for 6 years.
he said
Love you, Holly.
he said 9 times out of 10 they will laugh and say, "I'm going to a wedding tonight.
Yeah.
I have an anniversary dinner tomorrow." And that opens up conversation, and they say, "Oh, great. Well, do you have any idea what you're wearing?" "Oh, no, I'm trying to find a shirt that goes with these green pants." "Oh, well, I asked you that already, and you said no." Right? Because we're scripted to say no. But if we are able to overcome and understand what objections people are giving us in everything, even our kids, you should listen for 5 minutes to some of the things that Jake says to his kids and how his kids have gotten creative and started saying things back because he knows his script. He knows what he's going to say. At the end of the day, it's who's going to outscript the other person. So,
Well, even with that, the other question, the second question wasn't a yes or no question.
exactly.
So find questions that they have to answer.
Right. Exactly. So finding things like Tim said that they haven't been asked about that before. It's not, how many bedrooms are there? Why are you wasting my time? It's, hey, I have a question about that side entrance, or hey, I have a question about that backyard or those trees or whatever. It gets them talking. That works.
Works to get buyers accepted too. Kristen was talking about that at Special Forces the other morning, that because she read the broker remarks and knew what the sellers wanted and didn't want, and they wrote the offer up to match it, they got accepted. Carol did the same thing the other day. She listened to what Kristen had said, and then she called on a property for a buyer, and they wrote an offer on it. And the agent's like, "You actually read what I wrote in the MLS? You're the only one. Everybody else is calling asking stupid questions."
Mm-hmm.
So it works on both sides.
Yep. Katie, do you want to give your updates real quick?
Sure.
We'll let everybody go early since we weren't planning on this, and I don't really want to just mumble.
Yeah.
30
Sorry
minutes.
about that, guys. We
Yeah.
don't know what happened. But yeah, plenty of announcements from the NCA crew. First thing, I have a referral check from Erie, Colorado. The property was in Erie, kind of Fort Collins area. If you know. Really,
We'll take it if it doesn't get cleaned up.
You'll take it if it's unclaimed. Sounds good. You're
30 seconds.
fine.
Then we'll throw a big party for the office.
Yeah. If anyone hears of anyone say that they're looking for a check from there, let me know. I'm gonna send an email out for that one. I've had it for a little bit and it's still unclaimed. So, in
I'll laugh when
terms,
it's mine.
what?
So I'm gonna laugh when it's mine.
In terms of referrals, if you're expecting a referral or you just sent a referral to an agent in another state, just feel free to email the referral form and then I'll keep it on hand. And then the first place I look when I get a referral check is in that file. So just so you all know, when I receive them, it's usually from a title company and all it has is the property address and the buyer and the seller. So they don't typically say the agent that it's for. So it's always a little bit of detective work. So it really helps to have those referral forms. Second thing is, in terms of DAs, a lot of you are really awesome at getting your DAs in, and it's super helpful if you're able to get them in at least 3 days prior to closing. I review them once a day in the morning, and then Debbie signs them once a day in the morning. So, for example, if you send a DA, if you send it to me right now, I would actually process it tomorrow, and then Debbie would actually sign it and upload it on Friday. So if your closing was Thursday, we would be scrambling at that point. So it's super helpful to get those in ahead of time. Also, on Thursdays, I'm at the Park Meadows office. I do this role for Jake's other market center. So if you ever can't find me or wonder why I'm out always on Thursdays, that's why. And you can always feel free to call the office over there if you want to chat with me. Otherwise, I monitor emails and everything on that day. A couple more things. Actually, one more thing. After this, if you want more tips, like get your DAs in 3 days ahead of time, I'm doing a class right after this, how to get paid in command. So we will go through the basics of actually how to submit a request in command, and I'll also be sharing tips for how to make things run smooth throughout the process. So feel free to attend that. That's it.
Thanks. Awesome. Thanks, Katie. All right, since we had a little bit of hiccup, I don't want to keep y'all, sure y'all have plenty to do. So y'all have a great week. We will see you back next week. Are there any other things on the calendar for this week or the beginning of next week that we can think of?
We're doing Katie's doing her how to get paid.
How to get paid today?
12 to 1.
Yep, it'll start at 12.
And then at 1 o'clock, I'm doing the purchase contract class. And Friday morning, Robin is doing, from 11 to 12, is doing Mortgage 101 class.
Great.
So if you want to commit, great handout on that, by the way. So even if you've been doing this a while, you might want to pop in. It'll be in this room. And really nice handout that she has for that. That would be great to put in a listing presentation with your buyers. So, and what else?
Next Wednesday, we are having my friend Chris Bello. He's an agent out of Houston, and he also has a huge podcast. And he's coming to talk about like being intentional with your schedule, your mindset, that type of thing. So he's a really great guy. You'll enjoy that. And
team meeting?
Team meeting next week. Yep. So y'all have a great week.
Where's Debbie's class at today?
In here.
Where do we meet?
Let's meet in ALC. Let's meet in the conference room.
Thank you.
So we can keep an eye on the front door since Victoria's out.
You can use that small training room too.
Perfect. And then also, if y'all have ideas we're really trying to beef up. I don't know if you'll notice, we've really been trying to beef up our trainings and providing value to our agents. So if there's something on your mind that you're like, man, we could really use more of that in the office, please let Holly know, let Brooksy know. They are working diligently to fill that calendar and working with Victoria to do that. So
And if anybody is interested in joining the education committee, we are happy to have extra input minds doing it. You're not teaching if you're on the education committee. We're helping come up with what do we need, what are we looking for, maybe, ideas of who can present. It's more maybe coordinating with who can present and do the meetings, and then Victoria will get them scheduled. So it's not like, you're gonna go, oh, I'm gonna get on the education committee so I can teach.
Perfect.
Yeah, so.
Good point.
Well, the other one for tomorrow is the Momentum Coaching Group is meeting between 2 and 3. Every other Thursday is coaching. And the Momentum Group is you've closed a minimum of 4 transactions. So it's not for the brand new agent, it's for the next move up. So, and then the opposite Thursday, same time, 2 to 3, they are doing a workshop. So helping each other put events together, all different kinds of things. So if you'd like to join in on that group as well, they meet in here every Thursday between 2 and 3.
Yep. And then don't forget Flapjack Friday. We may not have flapjacks, but
Bagels.
it will be Friday and it will be fabulous. So
This Friday will be bagels.
this Friday will be bagels. Yum.
Sponsored by a transaction management company, which I can't remember the name of, and we'll make sure that you know on Friday.
So come have a bagel. I am from 8:30 to 9. I'm like, what God? I have a busy morning on Fridays. 8:30 to 9, I'm teaching on the MREA model. This one will be about lead generation. So come learn about that. Right afterwards, we have people that come and do listing presentations and mock listing presentations. So come sit in on there, give advice to new agents, experienced agents. We'd rather practice here than practice out there, right?
And practice your own, yeah.
So, all right, y'all have a good one. Thanks for coming. Sorry about the confusion. I hate when that happens, but what do you do? I'd rather let y'all go than just waste your time for 20 minutes. So,
Yeah.
Can we get a copy of that sheet?
yes. Have one on the
Cool, thank you so much.